In other words, we make the point that it is not xenophobic to say, please protect sectors that do not want complicated skills.
Hello and welcome to the channel. As you can see, there are government officials who understand the plight of South Africans on the ground and how it affects communities. Now, what are they going to do about it? We'll take a look at the sentiments around this issue as it continues to unfold. We see Operation Dudula has vowed to then focus on education next year, ensuring that South African citizens get preference, first placement in schools in the new year that is coming up. What are your thoughts on how South Africa can move forward? There are lots of stories coming out in our courts. So how will South Africa move forward? Is it something that Ramaphosa can do for us, or are we on our own? Let's take a look at the sentiments around this. Please give this video a thumbs up as we take a look.
Schools, we're going to launch a campaign end of December. That first week of January 2026, we're going to be stationed at school.
Hello everyone. I'm so worried and I'm so confused about the things that is going on in this country, in South African country. The Dudula operation is chasing the peoples who are from Malawi, from Mozambique, from Zimbabwean, from Nigerian, from the other countries who are here in South Africa. But I just need to remind you something that maybe you don't know. If you can see Malawi, where is Malawi in Africa? You can see that is South Africa. Malawi is in South Africa. Where is Zimbabwe? Zimbabwe is in South Africa. In here Africa. So why we are chasing our brothers? Why we are chasing our brothers? We say that you are a foreigner, you are foreigner, you are foreigner. We are not a foreigners if we are here in South Africa, because we know this is our home.
But reality is, we are invaded by people that we don't know, we can't account for, we don't know why they're here, we don't know how they came here, and we don't even know their agenda. And if we allow government just to allow that huge number of people just to be where they are, it's a problem.
And then we must also respond to the outcry of our people that our jobs are being taken by foreign nationals. It's a cry. It is not getting the right interpretation. The reality of the matter is, it is the bottom end of the labor market that needs our attention. For example, we support the visa regime as envisaged to attract skills and investment into the economy. We support that fully. But we say it should be complemented by us paying attention to the fact that at the lower end of the market, we are not paying attention. And that is where the employment crisis is. In other words, we make the point that it is not xenophobic to say, please protect sectors that do not want complicated skills. And it is this government that has a responsibility to deal with that issue and monitor it. Now, every time I go to a restaurant, I won't mention the names because I normally say it's upmarket when it is not in the upmarket. That is the legacy of being a rural boy. But you go to a restaurant, I hardly get served by a South African. We can't accept that.
So as a South African, we're saying that we cannot, be overburdened continuously in perpetuity by the issue of Zimbabwe. We can help them where we need to help them, but they must fix their own country. I mean, most of them, they claim to be refugees, but it's very fun in December time they go to Zimbabwe. What type of a refugee is that? And you look into the CBDs like Johannesburg, you see Zimbabweans, foreigners. There's never been a situation where South Africans went to Burkina Faso and started selling fake products, started doing crime. Those are the issues that are concerning to South Africans, saying, guys, we understood at first that you were facing a problem coming with sanctions. You know, the West was hostile to you. But we thought that when you come here, you know, you're going to understand our situation and work with us. But this is a different kind. This is not a Thomas Sankara that we receive. We thought that you're going to receive people like, you know, Petrus Lumumba. But when you come here to terrorize us.
Ngoba masikhuluma siyabheda. Ngoba masikhuluma sisuke sibheda. Eddington kade bemobilizile ama Ethiopians efuna uyongena esibhedlela ngenkani. Nansi ingozi la ama clever South Africans laba ngaboni. Lama clever South Africans afford medical aid na afford ama private doctors angayiboni. Uyabona ngalesikhathi labantu benza kanje kuzofika la bazwe overpower khona South Africa. So nina ma clever blacks oqala nikwazi ngisho nokulwa kodwa la emlonyeni nikhona ni protector abantu bangafanele ba protect. Ngizophinda futhi laba abantu abanye babo babe ngamasosha emazweni abo nicabanga uwafu, and Cyril is protecting these people.
It's inept, it's automatic. We are territorial. Now you look at the big countries, the successful tribes of countries, they are protecting their territories. They are also protecting the dilution of their citizenry, of who they are. They don't want that. They don't want this mixed masala where now they end up losing their identity. They became a United States of whatever. That's what we are being pushed into here, to a United States of Africa. At whose expense? At the expense of who? Of the indigenous people here who have no alternative. I might have an alternative. I'm speaking from a point of privilege.
Well, there you have it. Sentiments coming in there. Lots of concerned citizens raising valid points. But at the same time, you also get some citizens who are denying the claims made. And then we get again another view that is coming in there as you have watched that says that, look here, as foreign nationals, we're not going anywhere. So rather find other ways to deal with us. No. That is definitely not the best way to go about it. South Africa has had 30 years of democracy. And in the first 10, 20 years, South Africans have been welcoming. Issues started over 10 years ago when there was a gradual increase, and it has now reached a level where there is friction. Does that register for those who are still in doubt of the cause of the friction? Now, the question is, how can it be solved? Definitely, that is something that we should not allow to escape our minds, because at the end of the day, we do need a solution. And one of those solutions is definitely not violence. We know there is a Shaka Zulu descendant amongst us, but that is not the way that we should be going. There is a need for treaties. Again, our government must not neglect this. They must be alert and start engaging governments of these nationals and understand what is the problem and how can it be formalized. If it is a trade skill exchange, let it be formalized. If it is a resource exchange, let it be formalized so that there is a clear definition of trade. What are your thoughts on how this is all playing out? Will there be a South Africa that puts citizens first? We've seen how Cyril Ramaphosa has responded to this, but here is Gwede Mantashe. Here is the Minister of Health. Here is Upanyaza Lesufi, understanding where we come from, how can that then translate into policies and enforcement? That is the one that is lacking the most. Enforcement. Is it capacity? What is it that they need to help them? Please give this video a thumbs up. Thank you so much for joining us on this one. I'll see you on the next video. Bye.